So now what we want to do is take a look at the average order value. And again, we'll rely based on our previous definition of this. So June to September 1st. Take a look at that. Okay, and so we're back to that. $124 was the average order value. Now what I want to do is create a segment of what we'll call big spenders, people who spent more per session than our average order value. So let's go here to add segment. We're going to go to new segment, down to enhanced e-commerce, and we're looking at the revenue per session that was greater than or equal to $125. And so that accounts for about 0.3, there we go, 0.3% of users. We're going to call these folks big spenders. We're going to save them. And wow, take a look at that. So their average order value is $325. So now what we can do, now that we have this segment, we can then take a look at all the differences between them and our general users. What we can do is we can take a look at these big spenders. We can go down through, obviously, what are they buying more of than, excuse me, are all users. So obviously their quantities are going to be higher in almost every category. Nothing really stands out here as being a significant difference. Maybe Fiji pens, they're buying more pens, but obviously a lower value. But what we can do is go up to some of our other reports and we can find out, okay, how are these big spenders, how are these big spenders actually coming into our site? So I'm under acquisition overview. And what that will do is it will show me the sources of the traffic that got them to your site. And so we're taking a look at this and we look at, so here's all users versus big spenders. And so what we see here is that they're coming from other. That's so super helpful. We'll take a look at that in a second. But we can see that with all users, there's 29% of them coming in from organic traffic, 23%. About the same on these. So we need to figure out what the heck, 50% are coming in on other. It's never a good thing. So let's go down here and take a look. Now remember 15%, or excuse me, 50% is not a huge number when you're dealing with small quantities, but still worth looking at. So we're looking at the other section here. Okay, and so here are how they're getting to our site. And so look, Google Analytics training, one person, that may have been me recently. I'm not sure, excuse me, but you can see that push is sending people, a guide is sending people. Okay, so these are all the others. Now there is something called the long tail, and so it's worth taking a look at all of these different options to see if something stands out, because they will add up. Maybe we want to put more money and effort into this. Just leave you with this in terms of how to segment. This is the standard segments that are already available for you in Google Analytics. And what you see here is how they overlay with the ABOs, right? The acquisition, behavior, and outcomes. And you can actually change these to C's if that makes you feel better. But you can see that new users can be, or new users is acquisition, paid search traffic, mobile and tablet, mobile traffic, referral, tablet and desktop, non-paid search, direct traffic, and tablet traffic are all acquisition. So that's how you read this report or this graph. You'll notice that some are A and B, and it really depends on what you're looking at and how you're using them. So if you're looking at, you want people, for example, to come in on tablet traffic, and we want to check our behavior, how people are acting once they're on our site who use tablets, then it becomes a behavior. If we're running a campaign trying to get people on tablets to our site, then it would be more acquisition. Okay, getting people to the site is acquisition. What people do once they're on the site is behavior.